Give me 60 seconds, because what I'm about to do in your life will erase years of silent pain in one divine moment. You thought heaven was quiet, but your silence has been echoing through eternity, and I have heard every unspoken tear. Before this message ends, you will understand why I allowed the waiting, the heartbreak, and the loneliness. Do not scroll away now. This is not another message. This is my interruption. You stayed faithful when no one clapped for you, when no one understood you, when your prayers became silent tears that moved my heart deeply. I am not coming with a small answer. I am coming with visible proof that I was with you all along. Within the next few moments, something inside your spirit will begin to shift, because my presence is already surrounding you. The season of hidden pain is ending. The season of undeniable blessing is beginning. You asked me for one sign. This message is that sign. Brace yourself completely. What I am about to release into your life will leave no room for doubt. Your silence was never weakness to me. It was faith at its purest form. I watched you trust me without answers. Now watch me answer you without limits. This is the moment where everything begins to change. You survived seasons that should have broken you, because my hand never left you. I am about to answer publicly what you cried about privately. My beloved child, I need you to slow down and listen carefully to my voice, because what I am speaking over you right now is not ordinary. I know how tired you have become. I know the exhaustion hidden behind your smile. I know the moments you sat in silence because you no longer had the strength to explain your pain to anyone. People saw you breathing, but they did not see the battle happening inside your heart. They did not hear the silent prayers you whispered while trying not to fall apart. But I heard every one of them. I was there in every sleepless night. I was there when tears rolled down your face while nobody noticed. I was there when disappointment crushed your spirit and you questioned whether your life would ever change. My child, you were never abandoned. Not for 1 second. Even in the moments when heaven felt silent, my hand remained upon your life. You thought the silence meant I was distant, but the truth is I was working in places you could not see. I was protecting you from doors that would have destroyed you. I was removing people who could not go where I am taking you. I was strengthening parts of your spirit that would not survive the blessing I am about to release unless they were first refined through the fire. You asked me many times, why is this taking so long? And I know the waiting wounded your heart. I know you became tired of hoping. I know you grew weary of pretending to be strong. But hear me now. The waiting was never punishment. It was preparation. I was building endurance inside you. I was teaching your soul how to trust me beyond feelings, beyond evidence, beyond human understanding. And that quiet faith of yours, the faith you held onto when nothing made sense, moved heaven more deeply than you realize. There were moments when you almost gave up completely. Moments when your prayers became silent because your heart was too heavy for words. Moments when you stared at the ceiling wondering if anything would ever change. Yet even then, you still chose not to walk away from me. You still carried a tiny spark of faith inside your brokenness. My child, do you understand how precious that was to me? Others praised me loudly when life was easy, but you trusted me in silence when life became unbearable. That kind of faith shakes heaven. That kind of faith moves my heart deeply. I saw every sacrifice nobody thanked you for. I saw every burden you carried quietly. I saw you survive pain that should have destroyed you. And now the season is changing. I am speaking clearly to you now because I do not want you to mistake this next season for coincidence. What I am about to do in your life will carry my fingerprints all over it. The prayers you buried in tears are about to rise in front of your eyes as living proof that I never ignored you. I am bringing restoration into areas where you expected permanent loss. I am breathing life into dreams you thought were dead forever. I am healing wounds you stopped talking about long ago. The doors that remained shut for years are beginning to open because my timing has arrived. Not tomorrow. Not someday. The shift has already started. My child, I know people disappointed you. I know you gave love and received betrayal. I know you stayed loyal while others walked away. I know you fought battles in silence because you did not want to burden anyone with your pain. But I was watching everything. Nothing escaped my eyes. Every injustice, every rejection, every lonely moment was recorded before me. And now I am telling you clearly, I will restore what was stolen. I will honor the tears you cried privately. I will bless you in ways that cannot be hidden. Those who doubted your future will witness my favor upon your life. Those who misunderstood your silence will see the strength that was growing inside you all along. Do not fear the sudden changes that are coming. Do not cling to old pain simply because it became familiar. The season of surviving is ending. The season of rebuilding is beginning. I am pulling you out of emotional exhaustion. I am removing heaviness from your spirit. I am breaking chains of fear, anxiety, and hopelessness that tried to attach themselves to your mind. You are not who your suffering says you are. You are mine. You are chosen. You are protected. You are deeply loved by me. And no season of darkness can cancel the purpose I placed over your life before you were born. I need you to understand something important right now. The enemy tried so hard to silence you because he was terrified of who you would become after surviving this season. The attacks against your peace were not random. The confusion, the delays, the emotional heaviness, the loneliness, all of it was meant to make you quit before your breakthrough arrived. But look at you. You are still here. Still breathing. Still listening to my voice. Still searching for me after everything you survived. That is proof that my hand has sustained you all along. Right, I will not fear tomorrow because his faithfulness never ends. Now I am calling you into a new season of trust. Stop measuring your future by your past pain. Stop expecting disappointment every time you pray. Stop believing that delay means denial. I am bigger than your timeline. I am stronger than your fears. I am already standing inside your tomorrow, preparing blessings you cannot yet imagine. The silence is breaking. The heaviness is lifting. The waiting season is ending. And what comes next will not be small. I am about to answer loudly, visibly, powerfully, in ways that leave no room for doubt. You will not have to beg people to believe that I am with you because my favor upon your life will speak for itself. I am restoring your peace. I am restoring your confidence. I am restoring your joy. I am restoring opportunities that seem permanently lost. And even now, while you listen to my voice, something inside your spirit is beginning to awaken again. Hope is returning. Strength is returning. Expectation is returning. My beloved child, hold on to me tightly now because this next chapter will change everything. You are stepping out of hidden sorrow and into visible grace. You are stepping out of survival and into purpose. You are stepping out of confusion and into clarity. The tears you cried in secret were never wasted. The silence you carried was never ignored. Heaven heard every unspoken prayer, and now heaven is responding. I am not finished with your story. I am not late. I am not absent. I am the God who stayed beside you in the darkness, and I am the God who will walk with you into the light. So lift your head. Breathe again. Believe again. Trust again. Because what I am about to do in your life will be undeniable. And when it happens, you will finally understand why I allowed the waiting, the heartbreak, and the silence. Your silence was heard louder than anyone screaming. And now, my child, I am answering you loudly. My beloved child, stop for a moment. So your thoughts. Put aside the noise around you and listen carefully to my voice, because this moment is not ordinary. You did not arrive here by accident. This is not random timing, not coincidence, not another message passing through your day. I arranged this moment long before you were born. Before your first breath entered your lungs, before your heart learned how to carry pain, before your eyes learned how to cry in silence, I already knew this exact moment would come. I knew the day your soul would become tired. I knew the season when your strength would begin to fail. I knew the hidden battles you would fight quietly while the world around you remained unaware. And because I knew, I prepared this interruption for you. I need you to understand something very deeply right now. Heaven hath been watching you. Not casually, not from a distance. I have been near you in every moment you thought you were completely alone. I saw the nights you stayed awake wondering if your life would ever change. I saw the moments you smiled in front of people while silently breaking inside. I saw the tears you wiped away quickly because you did not want anyone asking questions you were too exhausted to answer. And my child, while others overlooked your pain, I collected every silent tear. While others misunderstood your silence, I understood every unspoken prayer hidden inside your heart. Do not ignore this moment. Do not scroll away pretending these words are meant for someone else. They are for you. Yes, you. The one who kept trusting me while secretly fighting exhaustion. The one who kept praying even when answers never seemed to come. The one who became so tired of disappointment that silence became easier than explaining the pain. I know you. I know the heaviness you carry. I know the wounds nobody sees. I know how many times you questioned if heaven was listening at all. But hear me now with complete clarity. Your silence reached me louder than the screams of others. Please support our channel. Our work is to bring happiness in your life and devotion to God. And if you want, you can donate to us. Given link in description or pinned comment to show your support. You thought I was distant because I would whine. But my silence was never absence. My silence was preparation. There were things happening beyond your understanding. There were battles in the unseen world that you could not see with human eyes. While you were crying, I was protecting you. While you were waiting, I was positioning people, shifting circumstances, closing dangerous doors, and preparing blessings that your current season could not yet carry. If I had answered too early, you would have stepped into things emotionally unprepared. If I had moved too quickly, you would have received temporary comfort instead of lasting transformation. So I waited with purpose. I waited with love. And through all of it, I watched your faith continue breathing beneath the silence. My child, your quiet endurance moved heaven deeply. Many people praise me loudly when life is comfortable. Many people worship when doors are open and prayers are answered quickly. But you remained near me when your heart was wounded. You continued believing when life stopped making sense. Even when words failed you, even when your prayers became exhausted sighs and silent tears, you still held on to me. Do you understand how precious that kind of faith is to me? Silent faith is powerful because it trusts without seeding. It believes without evidence. It holds on while standing in darkness. And your silent faith reached my heart in ways you cannot yet fully understand. I know there were moments when you wanted to quit completely. Moments when disappointment wrapped around your spirit like chains. Moments when you questioned your worth, your purpose, and even your future. There were nights when you begged me for one sign that I was still with you. One moment of reassurance. One answer. One breakthrough. And now I am answering you directly. This message is that sign. This interruption is your confirmation that I never abandoned you. Not once. Not even during the darkest chapter of your life. I am speaking urgently because the season around you is beginning to shift. Something is changing in the unseen realm. What has been delayed is beginning to move. What has been blocked is beginning to open. What have been silent is preparing to speak loudly. And I do not want you entering this next season carrying the same fear, hopelessness, and emotional exhaustion that followed you through the last one. That weight was never meant to stay on your shoulders forever. I did not create you to live trapped inside constant disappointment. I created you to walk with peace, confidence, purpose, and deep assurance that I am with you always. Listen carefully now because this part matters deeply. The enemy tried very hard to silence you permanently. The attacks against your mind were not random. The exhaustion was not random. The discouragement was not random. Hell knew there was something valuable inside you even when you could no longer see it yourself. The enemy wanted you to believe that silence meant abandonment. He wanted you to stop praying, stop hoping, stop expecting anything good from your future. But look at you now. You are still here. Still breathing, still listening to my voice, still searching for hope after everything you survived. That is proof that my hand has carried you all along. You survived seasons that should have destroyed you completely because I refused to let you fall. There were moments when you came closer to breaking than anyone realizes. Yet somehow you kept going. Somehow you survived another day. Somehow strength appeared when you thought none remained. That strength was me. That unseen protection was me. That quiet voice telling you not to give up was me. I have walked beside you through every dark valley, and I am not leaving now. My beloved child, I need your full attention because what I am about to do next in your life cannot be approached casually. This is not just encouragement. This is preparation. Heaven is preparing to answer publicly what you cried about privately. The pain you carried in silence will not remain unanswered forever. I am moving in ways you cannot yet fully see. Doors are already beginning to shift. Chains are already beginning to break. Situations that looked impossible are already changing beneath the surface. Even now, while you listen to my voice, something inside your spirit is beginning to awaken again. Can you feel it? That small stirring inside your heart. That feeling you cannot fully explain. That is my presence surrounding you right now. I am breathing hope back into places that became numb from disappointment. I am restoring strength to areas where fear weakened you. I am calling your spirit out of survival mode and back into expectation. This next chapter will not look like the last one. The season of hidden suffering is ending. The season of visible restoration is beginning. But I need you to stay close to me now. Do not allow distractions to steal this moment. Do not let fear convince you to stop listening. Every word I speak carries life for your weary spirit. Every sentence is designed to pull you out of darkness and remind you who you are to me. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not invisible. You are my beloved child. You are deeply seen, deeply known, and deeply loved. Others may have overlooked your pain, but I never did. Others may have misunderstood your silence, but I understood every hidden cry. Others may have doubted your future, but I already saw your breakthrough before your suffering even began. And now the time has come for you to hear my voice clearly again. I am calling you out of despair. I am calling you out of emotional exhaustion. I am calling you out of hopelessness and back into trust. Do not leave this moment too quickly. Stay here with me. Breathe slowly and let these words settle deeply into your spirit, because this is not just another message passing through your day. This is a divine interruption arranged by heaven itself. I brought you here because your heart needed to hear my voice again. I brought you here because your soul has been carrying pain for too long in silence. I brought you here because breakthrough begins with reminding you that I never stopped being near. So listen carefully, my child. Stay close. Do not scroll away now. What comes next was designed specifically for you. Every word contains healing. Every sentence contains direction. Every moment contains the possibility of transformation. And before this encounter is over, you will understand why I allowed the waiting, the heartbreak, the loneliness, and the silence. Because I am about to reveal something that will change the way you see your entire life forever. My beloved child, I need you to listen to me very closely now, because there are things hidden inside your heart that nobody else fully understands. People saw your face, but they did not see the war happening inside your spirit. They heard your voice, but they did not hear the exhaustion hiding behind every word. They watched you continue moving forward, but they did not know how close you were to falling apart completely. But I knew. I saw every silent battle you fought behind closed doors. I saw the tears you quickly wiped away before anyone noticed. I saw the nights when your chest felt heavy with anxiety while your mind refused to rest. I saw the moments you sat quietly, staring into nothing, trying to hold yourself together while pain slowly consumed your thoughts. My child, not 1 second of your suffering escaped my eyes. I was there during the nights when you cried silently into your pillow because you no longer knew how to explain your pain to anyone. I saw the loneliness that surrounded you even when people were physically near. I saw you smiling in front of others while your heart quietly shattered inside. I saw you pretending to be okay because you were tired of hearing people tell you to stay strong, when all you really wanted was someone to understand how exhausted you had become. And while nobody truly saw the depth of your pain, I remained beside you through every moment of it. Type your word steadies my soul if scripture keeps you grounded. You thought heaven had become silent, but my child, I was closest to you during those moments. When your tears fell in the darkness, I was there. When disappointment crushed your spirit again and again, I was there. When rejection made you question your worth, I was there. When financial stress stole your peace and forced you to carry worries you never wanted to carry, I was there. I heard every fearful thought that crossed your mind when you wondered how things would work out. I heard the silent panic you hid from everyone else. I watched you carry responsibilities while secretly feeling emotionally empty. And still, you kept going. Still, you kept trying. Still, you continued breathing through pain that should have broken you completely. My beloved child, I know how betrayal wounded your heart. I know there were people you trusted deeply who suddenly became strangers to you. I know how painful it felt when people you loved misunderstood you, ignored your loyalty, or walked away while you were struggling the most. You gave your heart sincerely, yet many returned your love with distance, silence, or disappointment. I saw how deeply that affected you. I saw the way rejection slowly damaged your confidence. I saw how certain words replayed endlessly inside your mind long after everyone else forgot them. I saw how loneliness became familiar to you because disappointment happened too many times. But hear me clearly now. The rejection of people never changed your value before me. You are not difficult to love. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not unwanted. The pain you experienced was not proof that you lacked worth. It was proof that you were carrying more than your heart was meant to carry alone. And every time you silently endured another disappointment without giving up completely, heaven took notice. Every silent prayer reached me. Every exhausted sigh reached me. Every hidden tear reached me. Not one was ignored. I know there were mornings when getting out of bed felt harder than anyone realized. Days when your body was present, but emotionally you felt numb inside. Days when your mind became overcrowded with fear, pressure, sadness, and overthinking. You kept functioning because you had responsibilities, but deep down your spirit was tired. You laughed when necessary. You answered messages. You handled work. You continued surviving. Yet secretly, part of you was collapsing under emotional exhaustion. My child, I saw all of it, and I never once judged you for struggling. I know there were moments when hidden depression wrapped around your thoughts so quietly that nobody else noticed. People assumed you were fine because you kept showing up. But I knew how heavy your heart actually felt. I knew the battles happening inside your mind at night when the world became quiet and your thoughts became loud. I knew the fear that whispered, "What if nothing ever changes?" I knew the hopelessness that tried to convince you that your future would always feel this painful. And during those moments, when you thought you were abandoned emotionally and spiritually, I held you closer than ever before. You kept asking me why the waiting had become so long, why the prayers remained unanswered, why life seemed harder for you while others appeared to move forward easily. You questioned whether I had forgotten your name. But my beloved child, I never forgot you. I could never forget you. I saw every sacrifice nobody thanked you for. I saw the way you carried burdens quietly because you did not want to become a burden yourself. I saw you choosing kindness while secretly hurting inside. I saw you trying to remain hopeful even after repeated disappointments. That quiet endurance touched my heart more deeply than you realize. There were nights when you talked to me without words. Your tears became your prayers. Your silence became your worship. Your exhaustion became your offering. And I heard every part of it. You do not need perfect words for me to understand your pain. I understand broken sighs. I understand silent tears. I understand the heaviness you cannot explain even to yourself sometimes. I know the wounds hidden beneath your smile. I know the trauma you tried to bury. I know the fear you carry about your future. I know how tired you became from pretending to be stronger than you actually felt. But my child, let me tell you something you must never forget again. You survived because I carried you when your own strength failed. There were moments when you should have collapsed emotionally, yet somehow you continued. That was not accidental. It was my hand sustaining you quietly. When nobody checked on you, I remained beside you. When nobody understood your tears, I understood them completely. When you sat alone feeling emotionally invisible, I sat with you in the silence. I know the pressure you felt financially too. The stress that kept your mind restless. The fear of not having enough. The exhaustion of trying to solve problems while feeling overwhelmed inside. I know how many times you smiled outwardly while inwardly asking, "Lord, how much longer can I carry this?" I heard every one of those cries. And I need you to understand that struggling does not make you weak. Feeling tired does not disappoint me. Crying does not make your faith smaller. Sometimes the strongest faith is simply continuing to breathe while carrying pain nobody else sees. My beloved child, I was not absent during your hardest season. I was closest then. When everyone else misunderstood your silence, I listened carefully to it. When others overlooked your pain, I leaned closer toward you. Heaven did not ignore your suffering. Heaven recorded every moment of it. And now I am speaking directly into your wounded heart because I need you to know that your pain mattered to me. Your tears mattered to me. Your lonely nights mattered to me. Your silent battles mattered to me. I know you became tired of hearing people say, "Everything will be okay," while nothing seemed to improve. I know you became emotionally drained from carrying hope through repeated disappointment. But even during those moments when your faith felt weak and fragile, you still did not completely let go of me. That moved my heart deeply. Because true faith is not always loud worship or confident words. Sometimes true faith is simply surviving another painful day without giving up completely. And my child, that kind of quiet faith reached heaven powerfully. So hear me now. You are fully seen, fully known, fully understood. You no longer need to pretend with me. You no longer need to hide your exhaustion from me. Bring me your anxiety. Bring me your heartbreak. Bring me your fear, your disappointment, your hidden sadness, your emotional fatigue. I am not afraid of your brokenness. I move closest to wounded hearts. And I promise you this: the season where you suffer silently without comfort will not last forever. I did not allow you to survive all of this just to abandon you now. I am healing things inside you that nobody else can reach. I am restoring strength to the parts of your spirit that became tired from carrying too much for too long. I am preparing peace for your restless mind. I am preparing rest for your exhausted soul. I am preparing answers for the prayers you thought disappeared into silence. You are not alone now. You never truly were. Even during your darkest nights, I sat beside you quietly while you cried. Even during your most painful moments, my love remained wrapped around your life. And now, my beloved child, I need you to keep listening because the same God who saw every hidden tear is now preparing to answer every silent battle with visible restoration. My beloved child, there is something I need you to understand about the season you survived. The world measures faith by noise. People think faith is proven only through loud praise, public worship, or visible confidence. But heaven sees differently. I look beyond appearances. I look into the hidden places of the heart. And what moved me most deeply about you was not what you showed publicly. It was what you carried privately. It was the way you continued trusting me when life became painfully quiet. It was the way you stayed connected to me even when your prayers seemed unanswered. You never stopped trusting me even when words failed you. And my child, that quiet faith reached heaven louder than any public display ever could. I watched you during the moments when nobody else knew how much strength it took for you to keep going. I saw you sitting alone with questions you could not answer. I saw you carrying burdens too heavy to explain. I saw you praying until exhaustion replaced words and silence became your only language. Yet even then, you did not completely walk away from me. That mattered more than you realize. Because true faith is not proven when everything is easy. True faith is revealed when confusion surrounds you, when silence fills the room, when tears become your prayers, and still you whisper in your heart, "Lord, I trust you." Many people praise loudly when blessings are visible. Many worship boldly when doors are open and miracles arrive quickly. But few remain faithful during hidden seasons. Few continue believing while nothing changes. Few continue praying after repeated disappointment. Yet you did. Even when your heart became tired, you still searched for me. Even when doubt tried to consume your thoughts, you still listened for my voice. Even when pain made you question everything around you, you remained spiritually connected to me. You never stopped trusting me even when words failed you. Do you know how precious that was to heaven? Every silent act of trust became worship before me. Every quiet tear became a prayer I held close to my heart. Every moment you chose not to give up completely became proof that your faith was alive even while wounded. My child, there were times when you believed your silence meant weakness, but I tell you now, your silence was one of the strongest forms of faith I have ever seen. Because silent faith trusts me without applause. Silent faith continues without visible proof. Silent faith survives in darkness while still believing light will come again. Remember Joseph, my child. I gave him dreams long before I revealed their fulfillment. Then suddenly his life fell apart. He was betrayed by his own brothers, abandoned, falsely accused, forgotten in prison, and forced into hidden waiting seasons he did not understand. Yet even inside prison walls, Joseph remained connected to me. He did not know when breakthrough would arrive, but he continued trusting while hidden. And at the appointed time, everything changed suddenly. What looked like delay was actually preparation for a greater purpose than Joseph could imagine. You are more like Joseph than you realize. There were seasons when you felt hidden, overlooked, and forgotten. You wondered why your life seemed trapped while others moved forward easily. But just because you were hidden did not mean you were abandoned. I was preparing you quietly. I was building strength, wisdom, endurance, and spiritual depth inside you that could only grow in hidden places. You never stopped trusting me even when words failed you. Remember David too. Before he became king, he spent years in isolation, rejection, and waiting. He was overlooked by people closest to him. He was haunted, misunderstood, and forced into lonely seasons where he could only depend on me. Yet David continued worshiping me in caves before he ever stood in palaces. His hidden trust mattered more to me than public recognition. The world saw delay, but I saw preparation. The world saw isolation, but I saw transformation. My beloved child, your hidden season has not been wasted either. I know you sometimes felt invisible while carrying your pain quietly. I know you wondered why your breakthrough seemed delayed while others celebrated around you. But heaven was never ignoring you. I was watching your faith grow stronger in silence. I was teaching your spirit how to trust beyond feelings, beyond circumstances, beyond visible evidence. Because the faith that survives hidden seasons becomes unshakable when blessings finally arrive. There were moments when you almost stopped believing completely. Moments when exhaustion whispered that nothing would ever change. Moments when disappointment made silence easier than prayer. Yet somehow, even through confusion, your heart still reached toward me. That quiet reaching moved me deeply. You never stopped trusting me even when words failed you. And that trust became precious before heaven. Do not underestimate the power of quiet endurance. The world celebrates loud victories, but heaven honors hidden faithfulness. I saw you continue showing kindness while secretly hurting. I saw you continue helping others while your own heart felt empty. I saw you continue surviving emotionally exhausting days while silently carrying fear about your future. And every one of those moments mattered to me. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was ignored. My child, there were times when you thought your prayers were too weak because they lacked words. But I heard the language of your silence clearly. I understood the tears you could not explain. I understood the heaviness behind your breathing. I understood the exhausted pauses during your prayers. You do not need perfect sentences for me to hear your heart. I understand pain before words even form. I understand sorrow hidden beneath silence. And during your darkest nights, while you believed heaven was quiet, I was sitting beside you listening carefully to every unspoken cry. Say you are my dawn, Lord, if His light breaks your night. And share this video.